Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are all over the world. This is the Redeemed Sports at the King's Palace Television, and we are covering the African Cup of Nations AFCON 2023 playing in 2024 in the West African nation of Cote d'Ivoire, and if you like, call it Ivory Coast. We're going to be reviewing the Group A, looking at the opening match between Cote d'Ivoire, the host country, and Guinea-Bissau, and match day 2, the match between Nigeria and Equatorial Guinea. And my name is Tony Badru. I'm your host. Co-hosting with me today, as usual, is
Dimeji Oladele.
Dimeji.
It's been 2 years.
Tell me about it. No. I thought we were here for the World Cup, Qatar World Cup. For the AFCON, it's been 2 years.
For the AFCON.
It's been 2 years. It's been 2 years. Look, let's get to it before we introduce, our panelists. Dimeji, the last time Cote d'Ivoire hosted the AFCON was in 1984. I believe I know how old you are there. but that's not for now. But that's been 40 years. And our Cote d'Ivoire hosting after 40 years, should that mean anything? Should that count for anything?
Tuna, I think it does count because you can't take away the history of the fact that they've hosted once. Mm-hmm. And experience plays a lot into tournaments like this. I mean, there have been massive infrastructural development. I believe they actually built 4 new stadiums, right? Mm-hmm. And 4 new stadiums. And, the game of soccer has evolved. The game of football, like some people call it, has evolved over time. They've been stars. I mean, they've had, they've had international and well-known players. Mm-hmm. So I think over the past 40 years, the country has grown to embrace this global game. Mm-hmm. And I think it does play it plays a huge role in the tournament itself. That 40 years of experience, it does.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I'm not here with Dimeji alone. We have great guys with us who will be doing justice, reviewing the first 2 matches, the opening match and match day 2. And I would like to introduce them right away. To my immediate right. Is a fanatical fan supporter of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yeah, maybe welcome to the studio once again.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
And of course, to my far left is a retired fan of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Retired because he's just tired of the poor showings of the Super Eagles of Nigeria lately. But anyhow, Tunde Alimero, you are welcome to the studio once again.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Now, before we dive into it very quickly and begin to review the first 2 matches of AFCON 2023 played in 2024 in Cote d'Ivoire, we will take our first interlude. You go nowhere because we're going to be back right immediately, and then we'll dive straight into the analysis.
At RCCG, the King's Palace, Katy, Texas, we are committed to bring a positive change to our community and the world at large. We are transforming the nations. We are world changers. In this season, we're equipping our members with powerful technology tools to strengthen engagement and accessibility to the church. Introducing the RCCG, the King's Palace mobile app, powered by ChurchPad. This mobile app addresses the core and expanding needs of our church with a wide array of unique but connected features. With the mobile app, you get access to an interactive and completely personalized experience. Reserve your seat for in-person service, live streams, videos, and sermons. One-time or reoccurring giving options. View giving history, and download your contribution statements with a single click. Self-check-in and access to other amazing resources. With this revolutionary app, you can stay connected to RCCG, the King's Palace, participate in live events, give, and more. You can also receive alerts on important updates. The RCCG The King's Palace mobile app is called RCCGTKP. It is available for free download in the Google Play Store and App Store. Download the app today.
Welcome back, everybody, sports lovers, especially soccer or football, like some of you may know it, lovers. This is the Redeemed Sports at the King's Palace TV, where we're covering AFCON 2023, or the African Cup of Nations, as some of you may know it, being played in 2024. You know, Yemi wonders why it's called AFCON 2023 being played in 2024. But anyways, again, like my co-host Tunde Badru just mentioned, we do have in the studios with us Tunde Alemero and Yemi Ajayi. We hope you have a great time today as we analyze the Group A matches and also, the opening of the AFCON 2023. Tunde.
Well, it's going to be great. I mean, these guys are all set, obviously, as we were discussing before we arrive on set. I have to start with you, Tunde Alemero.
Yeah.
Now, many have described Group A as a very easy group to predict. We've got the host Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, Equatorial Guinea, and Guinea-Bissau. And many have given it to the giants, Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire. They don't think Guinea-Bissau or Equatorial Guinea has a chance. What do you think?
Okay, so I thank you so much today. I tend to disagree. With Ivory Coast, I would say a yes, because they are the host nation, and it's been 40 years for crying out loud. So I'm sure they're going to be really, really emotional about it. But for the other three, they have to slug it out. And going by records, Equatorial Guinea, as of now, and the qualifiers for the World Cup, they have 6 points alongside Tunisia in their group. Mm-hmm. Guinea-Bissau travel all the way from Guinea to Abuja to beat the Super Eagles in Abuja.
Unfortunately.
In their group, they have 4 points qualifying for World Cup. And the so-called giants of Africa, Nigeria, they have just 2 points. So, like Dimitri said earlier, football has evolved in Africa. So, I'll say for Ivory Coast, yes, but for the other three, they'll have to slug it out.
Okay, very good. Fair. Yeah, I mean, why do you even think anyone would imagine that that's easy group to predict? I mean, why do you think people find it easy, or why they think it's easy to predict that group? Now, if you agree or not, you can give your views as well.
So I think he has said everything, to be honest. For me, this is the most difficult group in the competition. Like I said, there's no team that is ahead of the rest, like by far. Mm. Everybody is almost on the same playing field. It wasn't like in the past where we could say that Nigeria, with all the stars, the coaching and the culture, we are ahead. Yeah. We are no more the giants of Africa when it comes to soccer. Let's just understand that, and let's just chill with that for now. The giants of Africa actually right now, we are talking about the likes of Morocco that did us proud at the World Cup. We're talking about most of the northern and eastern countries in Africa. They are the ones that are actually carrying the flag and doing well. Coming down to our group, Cote d'Ivoire, yes, by far, they are the strongest in the group. We don't need them to go into their teams. I can list everybody out for you. About this, in terms of strength, skill, and form right now, they have better players. Like you said, from there, I believe anybody can be second in this group. Guinea-Bissau can be second. Nigeria can be third or fourth, depending on the day, depending on how the coach wants to set up the team, and then the setup. But yes, it's a very, very difficult group to predict, to be honest with you.
All right, thank you very much, guys. I mean, so it's open group. Dimitri.
Yeah, no, I'll follow up with you, Yemi. Ivory Coast defeated Sierra Leone in a friendly just on Saturday, 5-1, which is a huge margin. Mm-hmm. Now, shouldn't that get Guinea-Bissau and especially your Super Eagles very worried? I mean, everybody in Group A should be a little scared at this point. What are your thoughts?
They should be scared, but they don't have to be scared. The thing about it is, when we look at this Cote d'Ivoire, look at who they have. Songari,
yeah.
DM. They have Sari, who is their captain. Mobile midfielder, goes back and goes forward. Then you have Kessie, who is like their general. He's like their dictator. The team goes as far as he goes. Just that midfielder now would dominate most of the midfielders. in Africa, period. And then you have the likes of Pepe, that strike. Halle, that strike. The weird thing is they don't have Saha, who they did not bring. No, but even without him, they still have players. Adingra, that plays for Brighton.
Yeah.
So now you're looking at that team. That team is loaded. I'm picking them to pretty much almost win the whole competition because they're playing at home. Yes, because the team is loaded from the goalkeeper to the striker. And they're a tight unit, and they've been playing together for a very long time.
Quite interesting. Let me ask the same question to Tunde. What are your thoughts? I mean, 5-1 is a very compelling statement to be made. Should we be afraid? Everyone in Group A.
Well, I think I still maintain what I said. Ivory Coast, they are ready for this. Others will follow. I don't know who. I don't know if it's Nigeria. I don't know this one, but that's for sure.
Okay, I mean, let's talk about Nigeria a little bit. Everyone, whether you're a Nigerian or not, it's open secret, as they say. Goalkeeping department in Nigeria has been awful, terrible. It's not been this bad.
How about horrible?
Horrible. Now, of course, Nigeria had quickly introduced a new goalkeeper's addition, Stanley Nwabali. Now, what will you want? A Francis Uzor that have been in goal for a while, or the newly invited Stanley Nwabali? What will you recommend?
I think, first of all, it's disappointing that it took the coach how many years to try a second goalkeeper. So that's really disappointing for a country like Nigeria. For me, at this point, I think I will just stick to Francis. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Yes, sir. 2
questions in a row. Francis or Stanley Nwabali? Which one? 2. Why should anybody take Nigeria straight? Like Tunde was saying, I mean, you're just introducing a new goalkeeper. In fact, the 2 of them are probably new. Why should anybody take Nigeria serious in this tournament?
Why should anybody take our team seriously in Nigeria? I don't know. But just because I'm Nigerian, I have to say this. They can't take us seriously if we get the system right, because we do have the players. Make no mistake about it. We do have players that can make a difference. One of our guys just won the CAF Discipline of the Year.
Yeah.
I mean, so
Osimhen.
Yeah, Osimhen just won. We have guys that have played this on the big stages. We have strikers that are doing well. So yes, we do have some guys on the team that can make a difference. So at least with that, we shouldn't bury all hopes. We should have some hope. It's just, my own fear is the setup, the makings of a team. When you look at this group that we are in, Guinea-Bissau, they've been playing together for a long time. The same group. Likewise, Guinea. Likewise, Equatorial Guinea. These are teams that have been playing together for years. So now there's the experience, there's the continuity, and there's a new system.
Yeah, but these are teams that don't have the stars.
They don't need. The thing about it is, in this type of games, you don't necessarily need your star.
You need a team.
You need a team. A team that understands what they're there for. You understand your strength, you understand your weakness. Are you a counter-attacking team? Are you a pressing team? What are you? Are you a transition team? Do you defend well? Do you attack well? Where is your strength? We can't say for sure what Nigerian strength is. I can tell you what Cote d'Ivoire's strength is. They hold the ball very well. You can't beat them on the press. They're strong, they're physical, and they play with flair. In Equatorial Guinea, very difficult team. They call them 1-0 giants. If they score before you, you're done.
You're done.
You're done. Then there's this Guinea-Bissau. With few stars sprinkled their ball. But one thing about these teams that are in our group is they know who they are. They know their system. The coaches coach them to play as a team. Can our coach coach us to play as a team? From the goalkeeper, no matter who you put this in the post, it does matter. So yeah,
Just to add to what I was listening to the coach of Super Eagles yesterday. They asked him, why do you think the Super Eagles lost 2-0 in their friendly match? He said, no, he just decided to try another formation.
3-4-3, I think he said.
3-4-3 formation. Well, for crying out loud, you're starting a commission like in 4 days, you're experimenting another formation.
But if I'm to say something to that, friendly games are places where you try all these things. Now, listen, he tried 3-4-3. I would have felt that was a bad idea because we don't have a strong enough midfield to accommodate.
To do that, yeah.
And then you might have, so now listen, this is his clue. Whatever you do, get the ball down to Osimhen and let's watch wonders. In this competition, if you play like that, we'll be fourth. He needs to figure out quickly what he wants to do and gets the players to buy in. 3-4-3, I am not a big fan of that, not for our team.
But Yemi, you also need to understand that everybody knows the ball will go to Victor.
Yes and no. It shouldn't. The game should dictate where the ball should go. Everybody knows that Victor is our most dangerous guy.
Oh, yeah.
Won't people double team him? If I'm a coach and I'm coaching against Victor, I know everything we do, follow the ball through the middle, take it wide and dump it down to Victor. What do I need to do? Victor he likes to run into space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Block that space in front of him. What is he doing? Nothing. Then now you can counter that and beat us. He is the coach. We did not say this during the time of Westhoff, during the time of Bonfrejo, when we had Rashidi Yekini. We didn't say this. We played. Anywhere that ball went to, there was a system to our madness. Now, there's no system to our madness. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Let me get this to Tunde. Many have argued that Ivory Coast is a shell of itself. Gone are the days of Yaya Toure and Drogba, as you know it, and they brought Ivory Coast to the world map. What are your thoughts? Do you think that we should expect much from this team, or they're just a shadow of themselves? And I was asking Yemi, I was just telling Yemi that stars do matter in some cases.
Yes, they do.
But they don't have as much as they used to. The names that I've just mentioned. What do you think?
Well, I think we can say the same of Nigeria. Those days of Okocha, Keke Shorumu, the likes of Amunike, the likes of Amokachi. So it's the same thing. But the truth is that there's a motivational part of football, which I know the likes of Didier Drogba are going to play in this competition.
Yeah.
They're going to be talking to these boys, the likes of Solomon Kalou. They're going to be talking to them a lot.
True.
And I believe that, correct me if I'm wrong, Yemi, I'm sure their coaching crew still has Kolo Toure.
True.
Yeah.
They still have Didier Zokora, who was the highest capped player then. So I see this team going far in a way.
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so let me call out the names of their players. From the goalkeeper, Fofana, really good in France, plays well.
Mm-hmm.
Serge Aurier plays for Nottingham Forest. So it's a steady player, experienced head. He's been in the big games, he's been in the small games, so there's experience. Hakonan plays left back, young and upcoming, very good. Diamande is dominating in Europe. Manchester United is looking to buy Diamande, my team. So, in as much as we are not doing well. Ndinka, centre back, sound, strong, physical. So I just called out a very, very good, strongest in defensive line. Let's go to midfield. Songari, Nottingham Forest, one of the best defensive midfielders now in the Premier League. Sarri, experience, their motto, their drive. Think about Stevie Gerrard. He's their drive to that team. He runs up and down, does everything for the team. Kessie, Rolls Royce. You can't take the ball from him. You can't speed him up. You can't slow him down. Really good on ball. Dictate play.
So you're saying much is expected of this team?
Much. I'm telling you, this team, if they drop out in the semi-final, they have underachieved. This team is loaded and built enough to win. Northern African teams don't tend to do really well when they come to West Africa during this competition. This team is the best team that we have now that can compete with those Northern African teams to win the league. And guess what? They are home. He said one thing that is very, very crucial. They have experience. In this team, there's experience. But they also have experienced players within the team, not the back room, that and constantly be chopping in their ears to let them know how big this stage is. And
But I mean, there's something I think you guys are not factoring into the history and the trend of AFCON. In 2013, when Nigeria won, that team wasn't a big team. The biggest name perhaps was Yobo, Joseph Yobo, perhaps Mikel Obi. Whereas Cote d'Ivoire had their Drogba, Salman Kalou, and all the big names, all the Tourés were in that team. They lost to Nigeria, I think, in the quarterfinal, I believe, 2-1. You know, so the surprise element, how do you factor that into this? Because are you saying the two Guineas cannot go ahead of Cote d'Ivoire and Nigeria?
The two Guineas can go ahead of Nigeria, that's for sure.
But not ahead of Cote d'Ivoire.
Not ahead of Cote d'Ivoire. Because Cote d'Ivoire, again, man, let's look at this Cote d'Ivoire team. This team is loaded.
Tell me about the surprises in AFCON.
The surprises in AFCON, Equatorial Guinea for me, and Equatorial Guinea and Guinea itself. Those two teams I'm actually worried about. Let's bring it back to Nigeria. You brought a good point in 2013. Who was our coach then?
Well, the boss, Stephen Keshi, late Stephen Keshi.
When Stephen Keshi walks into the dressing room and sits down and he looks at you straight and talks to you, wouldn't you be trembling? Can we say this? You know, but a lot of people talk. That team was tightly knit. There were players that were playing at a high level on that team. They weren't known, but they were playing at a high level. In top form.
But Keshi was almost fired before the turn. Even before that match, they bought their return ticket. You remember?
Yeah.
Which was true. No, but one thing that team did was we defended well. We had good goalkeepers. We had good players. We defended well.
Yeah, I mean, we struggled to qualify. Not only the top game.
We struggled to qualify, but there was a making of a team. Can we say we have characters? There's a place for tactics. There's a place for everything. Can we say on this team that we have the character to say, you know what? I will die here. I'm not going to lose. I'm looking at this team. Who are the characters in Nigerian team that we can say yes?
Victor Osimhen.
Victor Osimhen plays in attack. He's a number 9.
But Yemi, you need to understand, and I know you know this, nobody goes to AFCON to lose.
Yes, nobody goes to AFCON
Except
to
the big
lose.
boys.
Except nobody goes to AFCON to lose. To lose, yes. Everybody goes there to win. And you have to earn the right to win. Your preparation, the way you play, watch everything that has won this competition. You can't fault their preparation. You can't fault the way they build up. There's always an anomaly. Nigeria is not a small team.
Yeah.
So we produce players to win. So again, that's just...
Well, viewers, there's more to come. But right now, we'll take a short break. Go nowhere. We'll be back shortly.
The Redeemed Christian Church of God, the Americas One presents 2024 RCCG, the Americas National Prayer Retreat. The theme this year is Travail to Triumph. Date, January 18 to 20, 2024. Time, 9 p.m., Thursday to 4 a.m. Saturday. Guest ministers are Pastor James Fadell, Pastor Peter Olawale, Pastor Leke Sanusi, Pastor Bayo Adeyokunu, Pastor Abraham Adeniji, with ministrations by other anointed ministers of God. Venue is RCCG North America Redemption Camp, 515 County Road, 1118, Greenville, Texas, USA. For more information, visit www.rccgamericas.org or contact 903-213-6006 or 313-587-9415. Connect on social media via Facebook, Instagram, on YouTube at RCCGNA.
Welcome back, viewers. This is the Redeem Sports at the King's Palace TV, where we are talking football and or soccer, like some of you may know it. AFCON 2023, played in 2024 in Ivory Coast. Sunday, we've been talking and we've been talking about your favorite team, Nigeria. Nigeria's missing our midfielder, Wilfred Ndidi, 27 years of age, in his prime. I think he was injured December 29th when he played Cardiff City, which they won, by the way. They won 2-0. And also we're missing Victor Boniface at the last minute. I mean, these are two key players that are missing from our squad. How bad are these misses for Nigeria?
I don't think it's going to be that bad. And it may be. Simply because the Super Eagles at the moment doesn't have a coach. This team will do well without a coach. I'm telling you. This team will do well without a coach because they have a lot of stars, that I can assure you. Now, Wilfred Ndidi may be a little, but for Victor Boniface, I don't think it will mean so much. If you look at Victor Osimhen, he's played, I think, about 13 games now for Napoli this season, and he scored 7 goals.
Yeah.
Terry Murphy of, OG Nice, he's played about 13 games and scored 6 goals. So, as a matter of fact, a lot of people were questioning the fact that why was he not included in the team the first time. So I don't think it will make much difference. The main issue with the Nigerian soccer team is the fact that it's the coach.
To say Purcell.
All right, Yemi, Royal Antwerp midfielder Yusuf has been called up to replace Ndidi. And Terry Murphy from the French club Nice will take the place of Victor Boniface in Nigerian squad. What do you think of this replacement? Should they have been there in the first place or not?
So yes, this is a very, very weird question, to be honest with you. There are some managers that like to work with a smaller group unit because it helps them think better, think strategy, and then you don't have to please way too many people. Because there will be some guys up there that won't play probably a minute or a second. So, and then you don't want to be looking at them and they're looking at you like, man, I didn't play the first game, I didn't play the second game. There's no space for me for the third game. So, I get that. Would I have included them? Yes. Because you just never know what might happen or this or who you might need. No, but one thing that we have to look at is most of these strikers that we have, Murphy, they all play alike. There's nothing that is a little bit much more different in most of their style of play, except for maybe Sadiq Omar, who is just a tall, lanky striker that you just drop the ball to, you hold the ball and you can lay it off. No, but all the likes of Murphy, Boniface, all of them, they run into motion players. If there's no space, they can't do as much. So most of these players, they somewhat play alike.
But don't you think that they will be at their best, especially given the opportunity of a lifetime?
Which is true. The only argument I can make for that is the fact that if they were called in, they would have trained with the team, assimilate themselves with and whatever the coach is trying to do with the team as a collective before the competition. So that is the only thing I can say. But if the coaching staff is doing the same thing that they were doing before, it shouldn't take them that much time. Because most of these guys, they're friends. So then you can always, okay, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? They'll share everything. It's all based on how we choose to see it. Some coaches love to work with smaller units. Some coaches like big units. Whatever you need to do to get the job done is all things that matter. So.
All right. Well, host countries are under intense pressure for the obvious reason to win the opening match. Will this pressure work for Cote d'Ivoire or against Cote d'Ivoire in the opening match against Guinea-Bissau?
I think it's going to work for them. The first 10 minutes, they're going to be under intense pressure. But after that 10 minutes, I can assure you, it'll be an easy one for them.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it will be on Sunday,
Yes, sir.
8 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Yes, sir.
It'll be Nigeria taking on Equatorial Guinea. Jose Peseiro has been under intense pressure from everywhere. As a matter of fact, if not that Nigeria has no money to pay him off, he should have been out of that job. Now, if we could hear you, and you have one counsel, one suggestion, one recommendation for Jose Peseiro, what would that be? Just one.
Please do not play 3-4-3 formation. I beg you, I'm on my knees. Please do not play 3-4-3 because we don't have the necessary players/resources to accomplish that. We will be defensively very open. We won't transition well, we won't defend well, and we'll be caught wide open from the wings and through the midfield. So, yes, as simple as that.
I hope he hears it. Dimeji.
Yeah, I mean, what impact will the results of the Saturday match have on the Nigeria-Equatorial Guinea match on Sunday? Again, opening matches are very key. They set the tone to subsequent matches. So what impact will it have on the Nigeria-Equatorial Guinea?
It will be huge. Nigeria should play for a draw. Should pray for a draw. If not that, they should pray that France. Cote d'Ivoire should win. Because if Cote d'Ivoire wins, it makes it a little bit chill for us, if I may say. If an upset should happen, it gives every team in that group that added confidence to say, if we can beat the host team, then we can beat anybody in that group. That means Nigeria will be in serious trouble. That means Nigeria will need to actually just bunker down. But with the team I just called out that play for Cote d'Ivoire, there's so much experience on that team to a point where I know the last thing that they will allow is a defeat. In this game, you just need a one-goal win. Cote d'Ivoire just needs to win. They don't need to play well. They don't need to play bad. Just win, and then the rest will take care of itself.
Awesome. So I think we're almost towards the tail end of the show. And before we let you guys go, obviously this is our favorite part of the discussion. Can you predict the results of the opening match today between the host Ivory Coast and Guinea-Bissau and the match between Nigeria and Equatorial Guinea?
I'll say 2-0.
2-0.
Yeah.
2-0.
In favor of Ivory Coast.
Okay. Nigeria, Equatorial Guinea.
It's looking like a 3-1
In favor
of Nigeria.
Having said all,
bold predictions. Yemi.
Dimeji, you have to write it down because when we come back for the follow-up show, we will start from there.
I am. So 2-0 Ivory Coast, 3-1 Nigeria.
I'm sticking with the same scoreline for the Ivory Coast. Guinea-Bissau. Guinea-Bissau.
Yes.
Nigeria, I am praying for a 2-1 win, Nigeria. I'm praying. And I hope God hears.
It amazes me how, Guinea-Bissau have been written up by both of you.
I am not written them off. I'm just...
You mean Equatorial Guinea?
Guinea-Bissau against Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah. Guinea-Bissau should be the whooping team in this group. Because, yes, they have good players. Balde, Franco. These are good players. They have a good team. They have a good structure. But what we have, what the rest of the team have, Nigeria, is that we have a better squad, to be honest with you. Even with this Ndidi miss and Boniface miss, we have a better squad. If the coach knows what he's doing and set up the team rightly, we should be able to beat both. We should actually be able to take this Cote d'Ivoire The only reason why like my hopes are not that big that we'll beat this Cote d'Ivoire. It's not more of the players, it's more of the coaching.
How the coach.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't want Jose Pesero to play 3-4-3, and honestly, I'm hoping that he could hear you and respect your opinion. But what will you want him to play?
Okay, so the first thing I want to do is let us address the 3-4-3 and why it won't be a good idea, in my opinion. Let's say you have our goalkeeper, whoever you pick. Zoho. Zoho. So we have him. The only reason I can think that he wants to do this is to protect the goalkeeper and to have a solid defensive line. So let's say you bring in Bassi. And give me another center back.
Shemilgo, Ajayi,
Ajayi?
or Ekon?
Yeah. Either one of them. So now, how do you want to do it? Do you want to play 3 center backs? Econ. These are 3 center backs.
Mm-hmm.
So now, let's say, now that you have your 3 center backs, this is your 3 at the back.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say now you have Aino. And you have
Seidu.
Sanusi.
Yeah, Seidu Sanusi.
So now this is covered. You have Iwobi.
Yeah, it will be.
Yep.
Perhaps, what's his name now? The new guy, Yusuf, the guy that's coming in for the
It's too early for him
to get in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe Haribo.
Haribo, yeah.
On the right, Chukwueze.
Chikwueze, yeah.
Wow. Give me these players, I'll do one.
On the left, you have
Simon.
Huh?
Was it Simon?
Was it Simon?
If he plays him.
Yeah.
Simon. And you have Victor Osimhen. Hopefully, I'm spelling his name right.
Yeah, but
Now look at this.
you're not going. You need one more player. You got three.
three,
That's 3 for
yeah.
3. Yeah.
So now look at this. What this tells you is, and in African competition, the main thing is you have to win the battle in 3 different places.
Yeah.
You have to win the battle here. You have to win the battle here. And you have to win the battle here.
Yeah.
Most teams in this competition play what? 4-2-3-1.
Mm-hmm.
That means already we are outnumbered in midfield by 1 player.
Yeah.
And that is enough. And that is more than enough. How physical is Aribo and Iwobi?
Maybe he will be ahead of Aribo.
Okay. In terms of
I would think everybody ahead of Iwobi.
in terms of physicality,
You remember his red card?
in terms of physicality, he is physical. He is not as physical.
Yeah.
He is much more of a creator. So pretty much now we only have him playing in this area and maybe him coming to support. Right. What that means is our midfield is wide open. And when you play this, you have this space here and this space here. Are we expecting him to run and attack this space? Him to run and attack this space? When most of the teams that we play, they have speedy and athletic wingers that are good. So
Yeah,
now,
in any case, he lost 2-0 playing this match.
okay.
Then
So now that's just to show us that this is not a good idea.
So what should we do?
I would rather play either a 4-2-3-1 or
That's foreign. I mean, Nigeria is known
4-2-3-1.
for 4-3-3. We've
we
played
could play
that
that.
forever.
We could play 4-3-3. 4-2-3-1 and 4-2-3 is just a variation. Some people say 4-4-2. We could do the 4-4-2. But this is where we miss this Boniface.
Yeah.
Because Boniface has about 8 assists this season, 11 or 12 goals.
Yeah.
What that tells me is that he has no problem being the creator on the field. Now that we don't have him, how can we accommodate this whole thing? Let's keep him there. You know,
Sanusi.
Bassi,
Yeah, Bassi.
Ikon,
Ikong, yeah.
since he's the captain, right?
Sanusi.
Sanusi.
Sanusi. This is what I would do. Give me Aribo and give me Onyeka
And Alex Iwobi.
and Wobi
Iwobi, yeah.
as your team.
Yeah.
We have Victor
Osimhen,
Siki.
Chikeze on the right.
That's it.
And then Simon
On the left.
43. That will be perfect.
So Chukwueze is it
And Moses Simon.
Simon.
Moses Simon.
Man, this would be a good starting 11, actually. I hope this guy can see us. We're the only one probably with any goalkeeper spot result.
You have to look at it this way.
Concerned.
You have to look at it this way. Psychologically, I don't think these guys are confident that he is our goalkeeper. I don't
That's what I'm
think so.
saying, yeah.
But he has been keeping all this while. You bring a new goalkeeper in, then all this defensive line, have to know. They don't know the new goalkeeper's tendencies. You don't know how he shouts. Back off. Do you trust the goalkeeper? He's a new goalkeeper. How are you going to trust a new goalkeeper?
But they're all professionals. This is what they do for a
They
living.
are all professionals, but even professionals have people they trust. If I've not played with you,
Yeah.
and you're my goalkeeper, and I'm a defender, and you are telling me to leave, I don't know if I leave the ball, if you are going
Yeah.
to do well with it. So that's the thing. So now, since they have him, it is easier for you to game plan for him because you know, oh man, this dude, we don't trust his goalkeeping. So at least we know who he is. They've played with him a lot of times for them to know
So
his
take
tendencies.
no chances.
Take no
Cover
chances.
him up.
The new
Clear
guy
the
comes
field.
in. Oh, okay, so you bring a new guy in. We only played in training. You don't know if he's good as a goalkeeper. You don't know if he gets to the Nations Cup with all the lights, all the shouting and everything.
the spotlight.
You don't know his
Yeah.
confidence level.
Well, okay, all right. So I mean, okay. Yeah, I mean, thank you very much for the analysis.
Yes.
But, you know, if you remember, I think it was 2002
Yes, sir.
when Iyama was going to be in goal for the very first time. I think that match was against England. They've not seen him before.
Yeah.
But the guy dazzled like anything in that match. I would rather have anybody in goal, not this. If Uzo cannot trust himself.
Which is true. Which is true.
Well, anyway.
He's mistake prone, but this is knowing our coach. He has stuck with him for years.
Yeah.
Why would he change right now in a big competition?
But that's where you have the likes of Vincent being a mentor to him.
Well, we'll see. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how I go. But I like this. I like this 4-3-3 formation. Let's leave the goalkeeper. And your argument is right. You know, you know him, and so you want to cover him more than the person you don't know.
And this helps us defensively. It helps us if you are trying to press.
This will really be a great.
Yeah. If you are trying to press, we are good. We have numbers in midfield. And you can free him up to be that creator.
So what I said, you are better than Jose Pesero.
Not at all.
All right,
Let's hope Pastor is watching. You have a good one. Thank you.
All right, well, I mean, that's about it, but we may have some of our viewers who may be asking, this match is when is it happening? When are they going to be playing these matches? Well, the opening match is on Saturday, the 13th of January, 2024. It's going to be 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you're in Nigeria, that'll be 9 p.m. Nigerian time. For the Nigerian match on match day 2, on Sunday the 14th of January, that will be 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. That will be 3 p.m. Nigerian time. Dimeji, you want to wrap things up?
Yes, thank you very much, Tunde, and thank you very much, our guest, Yemi and Tunde. But before I wrap it up, Tunde, you're a life coach, you're a mentor. I particularly like this session when I ask you this question. We go through new phases in life. Now, we in AFCON 2023 being played in 2024, it's a new phase for some players. This will be the first time some players will be on the big stage. And sometimes, in some cases, in other cases, this will be a repeat for other players. How do we apply this in this concept in our lives, in the marketplace where, we're taking on new endeavors, and sometimes a repeat of a previous endeavor which we probably did not do well in the past? How do you approach that? How do we approach that?
I think you shouldn't let what people say. We are here analyzing, talking about the coach, talking about the players, talking about what will happen, what wouldn't happen. I think we shouldn't allow what people say determine how we react. If anything at all, what people say should push us to do more. If they say you can't do it, then go and do it. If they say you can do it, make sure you do it even better. Because at the end of the day, it's not what people say that should drive you. It's the inner strength, particularly that you can get from your maker, from your creator, who's deposited so much inside of you that should count. It's what God says about you that should count. And that's why analysts sometimes swallow their words, because they are words that propel somebody to do better than they thought they would be able to do. And that will be my charge to everybody listening. I don't know what people are saying about you, but you go there. If they say you can do it, prove them wrong. Go get it done. If they say you can do it, don't disappoint yourself. Make sure you do it even better.
That's it. You've heard it from our coach, Tunde Badru. Thank you very much, Tunde Alimera and Yemi Ajayi. I remain Timmy Joladele. Please do not forget to subscribe, like this channel, whatever social media platform you're watching us on. Please spread the word, spread the word, spread the word. This is the Redeemed Sports at the King's Palace TV, covering AFCON 2023. Yemi again played in 2024. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, guys.
All right, thank you.